This is an AMI This Week shortcut.
I'm Wade Brown for Accessible Media in Edmonton. Chartered accountant Ross Wilson spends his days surrounded by numbers in a typical office setting.
Hello, Ross speaking.
But most days, as soon as it's quitting time, he heads out to his second full-time job at a very different workplace.
I'm Ross Wilson. I'm a member of the Canadian National Para-Cycling team. It's not one thing that I love about it. It's the lifestyle and just kind of everything that goes into it. It's a sport that demands discipline.
In the summer, he trains at the Argyle Velodrome in Edmonton with a local cycling club.
Hi, I'm Gail Wozni. I'm the president of Edmonton Juventus Cycling Club. I've known Ross for about 3 years now. The time has flown though. His speed on the bike, his tactics, he is a force out there amongst all athletes, able-bodied or otherwise.
After a disappointing showing at the Para-Pan Am Games in 2015 in Toronto due to injury, Ross is off to a great start in 2016, winning silver in Italy at the World Track Championships in March, rolling down the road to Rio. It's all even more impressive when you realize that the 34-year-old picked up the sport only 4 years ago. Sparked by a Biggest Loser challenge before a wedding, Ross lost over 100 pounds.
I was kind of concerned that I'd balloon back up and put the weight back on, because you always hear horror stories about people losing a lot of weight and then kind of rebounding. And so I decided, I've always liked cycling. I always thought road cycling was kind of interesting and exciting, but being 300 pounds, I always thought that would look horrible in spandex. And so I figured, I weigh about 160 now. I could probably get away with it kind of thing. So I bought a secondhand road bike and kind of got started and just kind of fell in love with it. So I have a condition called Charcot-Marie-Tooth syndrome, type X. It's a genetic-linked neurological disability. So the way it works is it impairs my peripheral nervous system. So how that impacts me on the bike is that, it's harder for me to generate force and it's harder for me to build muscle. Below the knee, basically I have no ability to kind of control my feet. And so when you're pedaling, something like 30% of the force just comes from your calf muscles alone. So instantly I lose 30% of my maximum potential. Winning a race really begins 6 to 9 months in advance, and it's all that prep work and all that very kind of careful planning. And it's really understanding that, if you live and work to your plan, it really gives you your best chance. And so it rewards that sense of discipline and it rewards that kind of structuredness to your life.
Helping Ross to create and stick to his plan is his strength coach, Dean Somerset.
Yeah, it opened up. Yeah. Since we're getting him ready for Rio, I want to make sure we're training a little more frequently. So whenever we can, I get him in here to work out, hate life, and get stronger by the minute. 2 more. A typical training session with Ross, depending on what stage of the season we're in. Right now, we're in kind of a strength and power phase. We'll do things like squats, deadlifts, single leg work within reason. He's been making massive progress in the last couple of months, so it'll be really good to be able to see him working hard on that. And he's one of the most driven people I've ever met, just due to the fact that you give him a workout and he doesn't question it. He doesn't say, oh, I'm too tired to do this. He just shows up and does it and just pushes through. Like, he's got an amazing willpower and drive that you don't see with a lot of people, whether they're athletes or not.
When he's not working or training, Ross can be found at home in Sherwood Park, a suburb of Edmonton, hanging out with his wife, Anna Greiner.
I think it's been going really well for as short a time as he's been in it. He's made some really good progress and he's really kind of adapted his whole life around his cycling. He takes it really seriously with his training and his training at the gym and his diet. It all kind of revolves around this goal of cycling. But yeah, it is a huge time commitment that he is away from the house and us, but it's fun to watch how well he's doing.
As the road to Rio heats up, Ross is looking forward to his first Paralympics.
I mean, it's that one opportunity that maybe you only get one in your life to actually say how good can you be at something. And really everything this summer is all going to be about, well, let's find out how good I could get to be, right? And so it really answers that question. I mean, it'll be nice to be able to walk away and say, well, that was me at my absolute best, or, I could get better. And so it's that chance to answer that question, which I think will be really, really great about this summer. And so I'm really looking forward to that.
For Accessible Media in Edmonton, I'm Wade Brown.